Hey, welcome back. This is part 2, Mystery of the Quick Edit. This one we're going to focus on organizing your edits, getting those bins nice and organized, getting your timeline nice and organized. The reason being to be able to get that edit out quick.
All right, if you guys haven't launched Resolve, please do so. Just going to open up your home screen. First thing we're going to do is just click on New Project. And we're just going to do, I like to do a little underscore and then title my template. Just test template in this case. You can see here I've got like my mumbling editor template. I've got some shows I work on and stuff. I just have them templated and underscored, so they're always up at the top of my list when I arrange by name. Just kind of makes it easy for me just to have everything kind of neat and organized. It's going to create a brand new project for you. We're going to go to View and Show Power Bins. That's going to give you this little section right here. This shows up in every brand new project, so whatever you put into here is going to be always in there. So you can drag timelines into there, footage into there. We're going to create a bin structure that we just kind of load into all of our projects. So let's click on master. That pops up over here, or down here you can click in new bin. And the first bin we're going to do is going to create an audio bin. Kind of demonstrate here. We can also click over here and it shows up in both the power bins and over here. We're going to do elements. I traditionally use my elements folder for just graphics, PNGs, anything that's, just going to be like a still. Audio is self-explanatory. We'll do another bin. And we'll do a footage bin. That's pretty obvious. And a timelines bin. I end up with quite a few timelines from, sometimes. So I like to have an actual bin just for my timelines instead of just leaving them all just kind of sitting here in no man's land. Become a sponsor today. Message me via the Facebook link below to find out more. I cannot stress enough on having organized bins. This isn't just for you. This is also for other editors that take on your edit. So in my case, I work in a post house with four editors, 3 other guys. So we're all constantly sharing and jumping in and out of projects that everyone builds. So I like to have it nice and organized for the next guy so he can jump in and be like, okay, the audio is in the audio bin. Everything is just labeled and good to go. I don't necessarily go to the point of labeling all my elements on my timeline, but I sometimes I do if I'm making like a big turnaround templated spot or something. I'll take some time and I'll label everything on the timeline too. If it's just like a churn and burn thing, I know that I'm probably going to be the one doing the revision on it. I won't label it because it's just a 30-second spot. Doesn't necessarily need to be. If you're working on a big 30-minute project, that's helpful to label things. It does take some more time, so it kind of depends on the deadline that you have. Do you have time to be going through and it's just important to be organized for yourself and for other editors down the road. Other editors in your post house or other editors that you send your projects to. You can support me today by listening to my music via the links below. So here's our project. It's got nothing in it. Here's our power bins that has everything in it. If we click on master, we can select all these folders, just drag them into our project, and now our project has that folder structure. Once again, you can also kind of bring in timelines and just like have like a 2997 timeline, a 24 frames a second timeline. You can do any kind of timelines you want, a 4K timeline, HD timelines that are just blank canvases, or already have, like if you're doing YouTube videos, already has like your logo bug built in and all your little animations built in, your open and your close and your music and everything already built into it. So you just open it up and there it is. Going over how that is kind of created, I'm going to now jump into one of my tried and true templates that I use in just about everything. Okay, so here is an example of one of my templates. This one's kind of messy, but it kind of gets the point across. So I have this timeline. I have this folder that I just copy this folder and paste it into all my new projects. Let's open it up and do that. So how I do that, how you can copy and paste between projects, is when you open up the home screen, right click, and choose dynamic project switching. When that is turned on, you'll get little check marks on things and it basically opens up those projects and keeps them kind of open in the background so you can copy and paste between projects. Let's demonstrate that. Here's this folder. Inside of it, it's got this timeline in it. I'm going to do Apple C, Control C, and copy that. I'm going to jump back on over to that brand new template, or this could be a project. This has got my folder structure in it. If I click in here and Control V, bink, there's that folder and that timeline. If I click on here and turn on my timeline views, I can have multiple timelines here and be switching back and forth for copy and pasting things. So what this has is it's got my chromatic timeline effect that I like to put on a lot of things. It's got my lower third. It's got a new lower third that I just created for 2022. It's got just like a little name key. Then it's got this little animation here for dropping in prices and stuff that I built. Another version of it. Basically just 3 different versions of that same thing. And then it's also got end pages I like to drop on into things. So basically what I do is just build these fun animations just in any project. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. I really like that end page that I just created. I copy that end page, paste it in my template, then I have it easily accessible for any project that I open up and start with. That is how I get busting through these projects in an hour. It's not just slapped together a piece of beep, you know what? It's something that's been well crafted because I've spent the time on other projects and made something cool. So I save off all my cool things into this templated project, and then I can easily apply them to like the quick turnaround things. That's how I can bust out something in an hour. That is like pretty much majority of how it's done. In the next series of tutorials, we're going to dive a little deeper into the logistics of how to do that.